Group A is out onto the circuit here at Ellough Park for round 4 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bike Championships. Ryan Tyers, aboard the number 55, starts from pole position. Alongside him, Rhys Stevenson, Owen Mellor and Peter Hickman on row 2. Charlie Hopkins and Daniel Pearson on row 3. Jim Lovell and Nathan Riggy start 7th and 8th respectively. The top 10 completed by Ty Butler and Jamie Callan. Gav Tappenden and Ben Douglas will start 11th and 12th. Carl Sanders and Oliver Linsdell start 13th and 14th respectively. Row 8 sees Andrew Jones and Ian Walker, with Dylan Mellor and Alan Brooks behind. Top 20 is rounded out by the 5 of Simon Wadsworth and the 411 of Brett Neeson, with Jack Andrews and Matthew Davis on row 11, Chase Collymore and James Landemore on row 12. Liam Cracknell completes the 25 bike grid here at Ellough Park. Round 4 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bike Championships. And as the bikes get themselves gridded up here, as we can see there, the tarmac in between the tracks, quite clearly the concrete runways from the triple configuration used here at the airfield between 1942 and 1945, used primarily by the United States Air Force, now used by the British Mini Bike Championship here. The red light is on already on the start line gantry. The red light is off, everybody's going, and we have got a drag race then down into the first corner. It's the 40 of Rhys Stevenson who manages to get the jump on the pole sitter down the inside then. The advantage once again going to the rider a little bit further back, but on second place on the inside. Rest of the pack then making their way down, and what looks like Ryan Tyers has managed to return the favour down into Shoemakers, because he leads into the third main corner, which is Holmes, the tight hairpin in the middle of the circuit. And now Rhys Stevenson is starting, hopefully, to try and pull away in this 8-lap race here at Ellough Park for Group A of the Pit Bike Parts Mini Bike 160 Championship. 97 dives down the inside, Ty Butler. He started on row number 3. We've got a faller there, just caught the back end of it. Let's see if we can catch a number board and update on who that might be. The 62 is down, that's Carl Sanders. He started on row number 6 and now has to pick himself back up from the Ellough Park tarmac down at Alan Wones. Looked like he was up. Let's see whether that bike can get back going again. It is out of the commentary box window, and we return to a full complement of riders here for Heat 2A of the Pit Bike Parts Mini Bike 160. That's find out all about Pit Bikes Parts at pitbikeparts.co.uk for an extensive range of spares and performance enhancement kits for your mini bikes. Race though already 2 laps in, so we're already at 1/4 race distance here in this 8-lap race. Ryan Tyers out at the front of the pack from Rhys Stevenson. The two of them, there they are, opening up a gap from Owen Mellor, Daniel Pearson, Jim Lovell and Pete Hickman. Down in 6th place, having started on the second row of the grid. Pearson then in 4th place, continuing to hold off Lovell and Hickman, as out in front of them, Mellor tries to close the gap on the 2 leaders, although on the last lap round, 3/10 off their times, trying to close in. That's Lovell going down the inside of Pearson. The multicoloured checkered leathers then of Jim Lovell in the 97 sees him dive down the inside of Pearson into Barney's hairpin, and that appears as well possibly to have opened the door for Peter Hickman as well. Let's get the confirmation as they go over the time. 1 point to the commentator, we are correct in that. Hickman moves up in front of Pearson, so Pearson drops 2 places in the space of 2 corners, with Lovell going down the inside of Barney's. Hickman does exactly the same down into Alan Wones as well. Behind them, looks like Charlie Hopkins is going to make this one a 4-bike battle for 4th place. So Lovell, Hickman, Pearson, and there in the background, Charlie Hopkins, right on the back now of Dan Pearson. Pearson there in the yellow, 77, coming the pressure from the 66th round. The Allen Won't. You see the curb there on the inside, a lot higher than all the others around the Ellough Park circuit here. And that has caught out one or two riders earlier on, certainly in this race as well. We've had one rider down there. There's a late move there down the inside by Hopkins. Pearson has to back out of the corner halfway round. They're going to have a drag race down the back. There you see flashed through the screen, Hopkins still behind Pearson. So the next batter's down the road there. We'll try and pick up what that was. That could have been Butler down to Andrews, 11th to 15th respectively. They're all fairly evenly matched though in front of them as well. Mellor and Briggy not really managing to get away. Pearson gets his head down then. Behind him, Hopkins still trying to find a way through. It looks like Pearson really does have the measure of Hopkins in the latter part of the lap. Maybe Pearson, Hopkins has got a bit more going down this straight into the first corner. Will he once again pop out? He doesn't, he goes really, really wide. Let's see whether he tries to chop back to the inside, down the intermediate back straight. I don't think he has done, and once again, Pearson is going to still be there as we pick up now. Our leaders coming down. With now Rhys Stevenson in front of Ryan Tyers. That happened on the previous lap, but Rhys Stevenson has got a rider there just rolling off into the paddock, so we're missing at least one. We'll catch who that is because it's not popped up on the timing screen at the moment. Rhys Stevenson aboard the number 40 now leads from Ryan Tyers here at Ellough Park. Will be 2 laps remaining as they come through. 75% of the race in the bag. 25% more of this book still to be written as they head down then towards the right-hander at Degner. The two leaders have opened up a gap now of 4 seconds to Mellor, Lovell, Hickman, and Hopkins has in fact dropped off the back of that battle in his own personal battle with Pearson. So it's now going to be a 2-bike battle for the lead. Place your bets then as we go towards the final lap. Where is the money going to go? Will it be at Stevenson? Will it be towards Tyers in Heat 2, Group A of the Pit Bike Parts Mini Bike 160 Championship? Looks by all intents and purposes at the moment that Stevenson is going to lead over the line to see the last lap board. But will he be seeing the checkered flag for the first time in about 50 seconds time? We're about to find out as we go round Degner 1 for the final time and down the short back straight towards Shoemakers. There is a back marker in front. I'm not entirely sure whether they're going to go into play, but as Stevenson runs very wide round Shoemakers and allows Ryan Tyers down the inside. Stevenson carried too much speed into the first complex of corners, couldn't close the door into the second one, and Ryan Tyers goes down the inside and into the lead. The back marker will come into play, I think. They're closing up at a fair rate of knots on to the back of the back marker as they'll come through. The back marker in fact moves out of the way. Sensible riding there here in the British mini bikes out of the final complex of corners. Rhys Stevenson and Ryan Tyers, their battle culminates right at the end and the checkered flag drops for Ryan Tyers to take the victory by 1/10 of a second from Rhys Stevenson. Owen Mellor will come through, albeit further down the road by about 5 or 6 seconds to take. Will he note Jim Lovell actually gets the final step on the podium in this race. Hopkins, Pearson and Owen Mellor on the final lap is dropping away on the timing. It looks like we might have a problem for the riders of the 30 and the 60. Both Owen Mellor and Peter Hickman have had problems on the final lap. Mellor will cross the line in 12th. Hickman is going to drop outside of the top 20 and may not even complete the race. Hickman does, though, in fact, take the checkered flag down in 19. So problems on the final lap then for Peter Hickman and for Owen Mellors. We'll see whether